We're going to go back to 1992 to the 600 National at I-96 Speedway. Team Chicago was at Groton Raceway for the road race. I went out in the last practice on Saturday. The transmission and the FCR locked up. I got spit off in the back 40 and broke my shoulder blade. But the crew from Team Chicago made it to I-96 Speedway. We recruited Corky Keener to do the interviews and to do the show opening. And this is the event from I-96 Speedway, 1992.
Hi, I'm Corky Keener. Welcome to Team Chicago Challenge. You were expecting to see Dan Schmitt, but he had a little accident this afternoon, and he's recuperating. We're here at I-96 Speedway in Lake Odessa, Michigan. It's August 29th, and we're here for the 600cc Dirt Track National. It's held here tonight. We're going to try to talk to some of the riders. Chris Carr, the defending champion of the series, and Larry Pegram, who's the defending champion of this race. And we'll try to talk to some of the other major riders, Steve Morehead, Jay Springsteen, and maybe a couple of the other experts and a couple of the junior riders. And, you know, you should stay tuned because it's going to be a real good race.
We're looking at the action in the third expert heat race, combined expert junior heat race. Jay Springsteen, number 9, is leading. Kevin Varnes from Pennsylvania is running in second place. And that's Rich King. He's from Iowa. He's running in third place. Top 3 make it to the final event. Jay Springsteen, 3-time national champs up front. Jay Springsteen knows his way around I-96 Speedway. Local Michigan hero Jay Springsteen leads Kevin Varnes and Rich King. Rich King is going to try the inside line to see if he can get by, but because it was a little bit wet, that line is not working. Jay Springsteen is going to go on to pick up the win, and Corky Keener had an opportunity to talk to Jay Springsteen earlier today, right after qualifying. So let's go to that interview right now with Corky Keener and Jay Springsteen.
I'm here with Jay Springsteen, 3-time Grand National champion. Jay, we've been coming to this racetrack for a lot of years. Has it changed much?
No, I think the facility's a lot nicer here. The racetrack's prepared a lot better since we've been coming here. It's probably been since 73, 74 since I rode here. I did all right last year. I think I finished 5th. So, but the racetrack's a lot better this year than it was last year, and I think it's going to be a lot better show.
Okay, I understand you're tied with Steve Morehead at the moment for fast time. You think it's going to last?
I doubt it. There's a lot faster guys getting ready to go out. Chris Carr, Danny Ingram, there's a couple other guys getting ready to go out that waved off the first time out. So it's hard to say. I was the first guy to go out, though, so maybe the track was fast then.
Do you think that Carr and Pegram might be your biggest challengers tonight?
I do. I think Chris Carr and Larry Pegram both would be hard to beat tonight. They both go good on the 600cc bikes. Chris has been doing real good on them all year long, so he's going to be hard to beat.
Okay, well, good luck, Jay.
In the 4th expert junior combined heat race is Dan Ingram from Indianapolis up front. Second place is David Durrell. He's from Eden Prairie, Minnesota. Mike Reed from Denver, Colorado is running in 3rd place. 4th place is Rick Gruber from Waukegan. And earlier, Dan Ingram talked to Corky Keener.
I'm with Dan Ingram, who's from Indianapolis. And Dan, this is kind of a change, isn't it? You usually ride a 750. You don't get out to the 600 races that much, do you?
No, I try to get to them, as much of them as I can. I concentrate mostly on the Camel Pro Series, but I like to squeeze in all these 600 races I can.
Okay, how are you doing on the 600 series this year?
Right now we're sitting 4th. You know, I look to improve on that tonight. The bike's running real good, M&M Racing, and Bloomington Honda's doing a heck of a job on this thing, and I think we'll be there.
I do notice that you're one of the few guys out here that's not on a Rotax. Do you like the Honda better, or have you tried a Rotax?
I've rode Rotaxes before, but they say that the Hondas don't make the horsepower that them Rotaxes do, but I'll tell you what, this one right here does.
Well, what's your best finish on the Camel Pro Series this year?
2nd at Oklahoma City a few weeks ago.
Okay, well, you are a previous winner, so I know you can win. So good luck tonight, Dan.
All right, thanks a lot, Corey.
Extra event added by the promoter It is the state championship open to experts, juniors, and pro-ams. Up front, that is Greg Sims. Sims is leading, number 10. Right with him, number 9, it's Jay Springsteen. Brent Armbruster is running in third. On the move is Dave Kalenda from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Pat Buchanan running in 5th place. Greg Sims, Jay Springsteen battling up. Moving up to 3rd place now, it's Dave Kalenda from Grand Rapids, now living in 3rd place. Brent Armbruster running 4th. Pat Buchanan running in 5th place as the battle continues up front between Jay Springsteen and Greg Sims, number 9 and number 10, battling it out. It was Tom Batista, the track owner, that came up with the extra money to put on this Michigan State Championship race, allowing the experts, the juniors, and the pro-ams to battle the fastest riders from Michigan. But it is Greg Sims going on to pick up the win. Jay Springsteen 2nd, Dave Kalenda from Grand Rapids running in 3rd place, Armbruster in 4th, and Pat Buchanan in 5th. And now the 600 AMA National Championship jumping. It's Larry Pegram jumping out front. Larry Pegram, originally from the Baltimore area, now living in Ohio. He's up front, right with him. Dan Ingram from Indianapolis running 2nd. Chris Carr is battling with Jay Springsteen for that 3rd position. 4th place looks like Rich King, Dave Durrell, and Steve Morehead are battling right behind this lead pack. It's the first 4, looks like Larry Pegram, Dan Ingram. Chris Carr is on the move. Chris Carr is trying to move into 2nd place. It's a slippery groove out there at I-96 Speedway. Moving down on the inside, it is Chris Carr moving to 2nd place. 3rd place, Dan Ingram. Jay Springsteen running in 4th. And earlier, Corky had a chance to talk to Larry Pegram. So let's go to that right now.
I'm with Larry Pegram from Columbus, Ohio. Is it Pegram or Pegram?
Pegram.
It's Pegram. That's what I thought. I've been calling, there's your dad right here, and I called him Pegram since the 1960s, and then I heard it was always Pegram.
No, it's Pegram. Everybody always calls me Pegram, but it's Pegram.
Okay, we got that sorted out. Larry's the defending champion of this race, and last week's winner. You think he can win again tonight?
Well, I sure hope so. The Texas Harley-Davidson's working real good with Skip Eakin wrenching on it. So, so far we've, like I say, we won one last weekend and we won here last year, so we got all the cards in our favor. Hopefully we can pull it off tonight.
How'd your qualifying lap go tonight?
I think it went pretty well. I think we're like 2nd right now. I believe Chris Carr was 1st fastest and we were 2nd. So it's a pretty good time, and hopefully we can get a little faster and beat Chris.
Well, how you doing on your 750 on your big bike on the Camel Pro Series?
We've been doing pretty well. We switched to Harley-Davidsons this year. It took me a little bit of time to adapt, but we're in 5th right now in the Camel Pro Series, and hopefully we can move up a little bit more before the end of the year.
Well, I think you need a win, don't you?
Yeah, we haven't won one yet this year. We've had some 2nds and 3rds, but no 1st, so we got about 4 races left, and we're going to win one of those things before the end of the year.
Well, good luck to you, Larry.
All right, thanks a lot.
Was a return to the racing action. Still up front, Larry Pegram. Chris Carr is right on his back wheel. Chris Carr on the slippery groove out here at I-96 Speedway. I-96 that's located halfway between Lansing, Michigan, and Grand Rapids, Michigan, off of Interstate 96 at the Lake Odessa exit. In the meantime, we got a battle going on for 3rd place between Jay Springsteen, number 9, and Dan Ingram from Indianapolis. Dan Ingram, number 31. Back a little further, Rich King. Rich King is making his move. Rich King from Waterloo, Iowa. Also, Davey Durrell from Eden Prairie is moving up. And he's battling with Steve Morehead. Steve Morehead from Findlay, Ohio, number 42, as we watch this battle for 3rd place. Battle for 3rd between Dan Ingram and Jay Springsteen. Dan Ingram's in 3rd, Jay's in 4th. Going back to about 6th place, Steve Morehead. And back when I was a novice racer 20-some years ago, novice dirt tracker, Steve Morehead was ripping up the tracks in Ohio. and still is running one of the top national championship dirt track riders. And Corky Keener, he had a chance to talk to Steve Morehead earlier, so let's go to that interview right now.
I'm with Steve Morehead. Steve, I just heard you have fast time for the moment. Does that surprise you?
Well, it does kind of surprise me because it didn't feel like it was a real good lap, but I believe I'm tied with the legendary Jay Springsteen. So if I can go out and cut a good lap and, you know, get a good starting position for the heat race, that's what it's all about here tonight.
Well, you know, on the 600, you don't get to ride the 600 that much, do you?
Not at all, Corky. You know, we start out the season in Daytona in March, and we got probably 3 short track races we run down there, and then the TT National at Peoria, and then here tonight. So it's kind of awkward after jumping off the 750cc motorcycles and getting on these single-cylinder 600s.
Do you enjoy riding the 600?
Well, it's nice as my motorcycle is. You know, Taylor White Construction owns the motorcycle, and Mike Wheeler prepares the bike from every time I can race it. So it's probably one of the nicest motorcycles ever rode, so I pretty much enjoy it. It's a change of pace.
Well, good luck tonight, Steve.
Thank you, Cork.
As we return to the racing action, you can still see Jay Springsteen trying to get around Dan Ingram. Jay Springsteen's on a Harley Davidson. Dan Ingram's on a Honda. Swing to the front, though. Now leading Chris Carr. Chris Carr from Valley Springs, California, one of the factory riders, is now leading. Larry Pegram is second. Chris Carr, last year's 600 national champ, and earlier, Corky had a chance to talk to Chris, so let's go to that interview right now.
I'm with Chris Carr, who's the defending 600 champion. Chris, we just found out you've got fast time so far now. Is this something you figured you'd have at the start, or is that a surprise?
Well, I was hoping to get fast time because the AMA, you know, they really put a lot of money in this sport, and I won $50 for that. So you never know, man.
Well, I tell you,
I can buy later.
We're into the big bucks now, aren't we? Well, you're working on the 5th championship, and you've got a lead. You think you can hold off the guys that are chasing you?
I think so. We've got some real good races coming up. I'd never ridden here before at I-96 Speedway, but I look forward to coming here. We missed it because of a rain date last year, and I've been looking forward to coming here. It's the type of track that I grew up racing on, and so far things are going real good in qualifying, so hopefully we can keep that momentum up throughout the rest of the night and bring home the 5th championship in this series.
Well, I hope so too, and we see the sun up there, and that's better than that rain we saw here a little while ago, so good luck, Chris, and we hope that number 1 plate stays on this bike.
You bet, thank you.
As we return to racing action, still leading and starting to catch the pack now. Chris Carr in that Harley Davidson from Spring Lake, California is leading, but trying to get around him, the younger rider, Larry Pegram from Baltimore or the Columbus area, Columbus, Ohio. They've got about a 4-second, 5-second lead now. 3rd place, Rich King from Waterloo, Iowa, and he's on a Rotex. All these bikes out here are the Austrian-made motor Rotex, except for Dan Ingram. Dan Ingram's riding a Honda. We watch Rich King circulating in 3rd place. Now we watch some of the action going back down to 9th. We got Davey Canlin leading. He's from Rock Island. Right behind him, 24, is Brian Vanelia, and he's from Waterford, Michigan. 11th place is Paul Podges from Gulf, California, and 12th is Mike Reed from Denver, Colorado. 4th place, Dan Ingram. 5th place, Steve Morehead. 6th place, Davey Durrell. 7th place, Aaron Hill from Stockton, California. And this is the battle going on in the back. For 9th place, Jay Springsteen. I don't see him on the racetrack. That could have been him stopped over in turn 1. Till we get some official results. Jay Springsteen is listed back in 15th as Chris Carr on that factory Harley Davidson 600. Picks up the win at Lake Odessa, I-96 Speedway, this beautiful half-mile track located between Grand Rapids and Lansing, Michigan, I-96. Chris Carr picking up the win, and this should keep him in the points lead in the 600 championship. 2nd place, Larry Pegram. 3rd place, Rich King. 4th place, Dan Ingram. 5th place, Steve Morehead. 6th place, Davey Durrell. 7th place, Aaron Hill. 8th, James Hart. 9th, Davey Camlin. And 10th, Brian Vanella from Waterford, Michigan. And it was a great race. I-96 Speedway, August 29th, 1992. And special thanks to Corky Keener for doing the interviews, doing the openings. Corky Keener was a genuine go-fast motorcycle racer, national number 62. And thanks to my crew, Dave Hendrickson, the late, great Kevin Langworthy, Dave Brickner from Columbus, Ohio, who got my show on in Columbus, and Mike and Grace from Mike's Cycle Station in Comstock Park, Michigan. It was Grace that organized the complete TV production this night at I-96 Speedway. A great time motorcycle racing on Team Chicago. Remember, teamchicago.tv, walkwithdan.com. See ya!